As a personal trainer, fitness coach, I'm gonna help you guys on how to find the right fitness coach for you. 3 things that need to be checked off in order for that to be the right person for you. Now, I don't know what gym you go to, and it depends on what gym, if the trainer owns the gym, etc. But I'm charging people around, on average, $85 per session. So that's a lot of money, and I don't want to see you guys waste your money. So I'm here to help you guys pick the right person. So the first thing that needs to be checked off 100% is that whatever this person, trainer, specializes in, it aligns with what you're trying to do. Maybe there's an ex-powerlifter at your gym. Maybe he's been powerlifting for about 20 years, competing, obviously very solid guy, but you're looking for how to get into Olympic weightlifting. There's a chance he might have little to no experience in it. Now, this might not be the case. Maybe they can teach you it. But for example, I teach people anything related to power building. I would not be able to teach you too much about Olympic weightlifting. I might tell you that, hey, like front squat is gonna help you out, but that's basically where the help stops. So just make sure whoever it is that they specialize in what you're trying to do, I would say a really good trainer is not going to be knowledgeable about everything. They're going to be masterful in 1 to maybe 2 things. So don't be fooled by trainers that, specialize in general fitness. I would say anyone who has that like on their resume, or if there's like a poster of the trainer and it just says general fitness or whatnot, please, I would suggest avoiding them. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't some like magical general fitness trainer out there, but I would say most trainers, regardless of specialization, are going to be able to help you with general fitness. General fitness is basically like start working out, track your food, and eat healthy. So anyone can tell you to do those 3 things, and it doesn't take, one-on-one training to get that done. Anyways, the second check mark is basically experience level. Now, sometimes, like I said in the first example, if there's a powerlifting guy and he used to be a powerlifter for about 20 years and now he's coaching people, that's like the right place and the right time. That's exactly the guy you want. Now, I would say a lot of trainers do not fit into that category, right? Because if you're 25, 30 years old, there's no way you have 20 years of experience, right? That's going to move on to step number 3, which is basically, is this person qualified? Now, I don't mean like, do they have certification? Did they study or something? Now, sometimes there are personal trainers out there who are, doing their PhD, or they're doing lab work and stuff like that, and obviously they might be very, very knowledgeable. But there's tons of trainers who could care less. They're just there for your money. They themselves haven't been working out that long. They just got their certification. They're ready to help you out. And by help you out, they're not really going to do much for you. The third step is to go up to them and ask them what they do for their training. And I mean their training on their own time, not like what they do for their clients. Now, obviously, that might be important to you as well. But what I mean is they should be able to show you like the food they're tracking, the weights they're lifting, or the progressions they're getting in whatever sport or discipline they're doing. So, for example, if you came up to me, power building, I have like, my program that I wrote for myself. I've got the weights I'm tracking, goals I'm trying to hit. I could show you the food I've been eating for the last year and a half. I could just scroll down my notepad, show you every single day what I'm eating and, basically how I got to where I am food-wise. So I feel like any dedicated trainer who's worth your time is going to have something like that on hand right away. And if they don't, they're probably not serious or they don't care. Now, that's just my opinion. I mean, you can have your own opinion about that, but I think anyone who's serious has some sort of tracking. Now, not everyone is going to be tracking their food. Maybe they've been eating consistently for a long time. They eat the same things every day. They used to track it and they just still eat that same stuff. But I think regardless, there's going to be some sort of like, oh yeah, okay, I can see this guy is serious. And it shouldn't be something that they tell you where it's like, oh, 5 years ago, I used to lift this and this and this and that. There's one trainer in my gym. I'm not going to say names or call anyone out. I think he used to be an amateur bodybuilder. He won like one show or something like that. I don't know if he ever got his pro card or anything, but essentially this guy has the physique. He doesn't really work out anymore, and I think it's because he's using test. Now, this is all speculation, but I know you can basically make your test really high, maintain a lot of muscle without actually having to do much. I think that's what this guy is doing. Maybe he used to be a very, very dedicated bodybuilder, but when it comes to what I see what he does with his clients, it's very relaxed, It's very lazy. You don't want a trainer like that, especially when they boast about how much they used to lift years and years and years ago. Now, obviously, if you're a very established professional, used to be a powerlifter or bodybuilder or whatever, that's a different story. But anyone can win one bodybuilding show. Anyone can win one powerlifting meet. If it wasn't your job for a long time, I don't expect that to be something like very credible, if that makes sense. So anyways, check number 3 is just making sure that this person is very dedicated if they don't have a lot of experience or their previous job wasn't some sort of lifting discipline. So all 3 checks. Basically, first one, make sure that trainer, whatever they do, they specialize, aligns with what you're trying to get done, what you're trying to learn, what you're trying to achieve. Check number 2 is their experience level. They might be a new trainer, which is going to take you to check number 3 almost immediately. But of course, if this guy, you know, used to be a professional powerlifter, Olympic weightlifter, etc. for a very long time, that was their job, you know, this is probably the right guy for you. Check number 3, especially if they don't have that 20 years of experience under their belt, 20 plus years, that they're very dedicated and they're working hard at what they're doing on their off time. Because if someone is not working hard or pushing themselves, like how can you expect them to push you? Anyways, that's my advice on how to find a fitness coach. Comment down below what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.